march. The empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Hi, I'm Dr. Edward Group. It took me 20 years of searching the globe to find the deposit of the highest purity iodine available. The new Survival Shield X2 is mined from 7 to 10,000 feet below the earth in pristine, environmentally clean conditions. The iodine crystals we use are extracted from an ancient 300 million plus year old deposit deep in the earth. It's the strongest nascent iodine on the market today. It delivers 650 micrograms per drop. Experience the new formula. Experience the ancient purity. Shield your family. Survival Shield X2. Available now at InfoWarsLife.com.
X2 from InfoWarsLife.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139.
In the near future.
When you realize how fake it all is, the football, the basketball.
Alert. Security alert. This is Homeland Security. Analysis. InfoWars building independent media operations.
Let the worst people get control and tell us that we are the ones responsible.
Prime directive. Discredit Alex Jones.
Jones is the wildly popular conspiracy theorist.
A popular conspiracy theory talk show called InfoWars.
Alex Jones is now in an Austin jail.
These people are assaulting us.
Targeting of patriots engaged.
They are never going to stop. They're never going to deviate from their program until we stop them.
Block free iPhone app at Infowars.com. Block free podcast and video feed. Imperative. Destroy Prison Planet TV.
You gotta set your eye on the enemy, not worry about what propaganda they put out. Intellectually, it's begun. You can feel it.
This is Alex Jones for InfoWarsLife.com. The latest in preparedness is now here. An electrically stabilized colloidal silver solution that can be added to both your home cabinet and preparedness pack alike. Concentrated to 30 parts per million in what has been dubbed the Survival Silver Solution. The new InfoWars Life Silver Bullet Colloidal Silver is the answer for you and your family. And it's entirely free of toxic artificial additives that are loaded into many products. The InfoWars Life Silver Bullet Silver is so powerful that it is concentrated into a 2-ounce bottle and is not recommended for extended continual use. This is not a low-grade formula. We are working with one of the top laboratory manufacturers in the United States to bring you the best form of colloidal silver using electrical processes within a base of deionized water for your preparedness storage. For your home kitchen, purchase your bottle of InfoWarsLife.com Silver Bullet Colloidal Silver today and find other amazing supplements at InfoWarsLife.com.
If you are receiving this transmission, you are the resistance. Live from the Infowars.com studios, it's Alex Jones.
Staff Sergeant Joe Biggs, retired Infowars.com reporter, has been all over the Texas, California, and Arizona border the last month. He'll be joining us after we talk about this dead general. 2-star, they haven't released the name yet, killed in Afghanistan in the last 24 hours. After that, we'll talk about the reporters we've been talking to in the convoy from California right through to Texas on the 2,100-plus mile border. Got run off the road by Mexican mafia last night with the police basically there and with the national Spanish media there, all part of a setup. And, of course, the media did nothing. The government did nothing because even the Border Patrol is taught now how to stick their tail between their legs and run from the collapsed, failed state of Mexico. Because the name of the game, whether it's the TSA groping your wife or highway checkpoints or the IRS taking your house without judge or jury to give it to the private Federal Reserve, crush the American people, break our backs, break our will, teach us we're scum. And it's going quite well. Arrest kids that have Nerf guns at school, suspend them if they have Nerf guns at home, forcible inoculations, drive us into submission, land of the cowards, home of the slaves, hail the New World Order. And speaking of that, again, the Democratic Party on record was and is the party of the Ku Klux Klan. The NRA was founded to fight the Ku Klux Klan and armed blacks. So the NAACP, CNN, Fox Television, Fox Sports, ESPN, we've played the clips, all say the last 2 years the NRA is the Klan. The NRA is the Klan. Because it's the opposite. It's like saying Martin Luther King is the Klan. Or Denzel Washington is the Klan. Or Magic Johnson is the Klan. Or George Washington Carver is the Klan. It's pure, absolute, 180 degree from reality. Doesn't matter. Works very well. The public's so stupid. Black, white, doesn't matter. People don't know they're having a hole in the ground. And so now the Democrats, in the 50s and 60s, the demographic switch, the Republicans were passing the Civil Rights Act. Eisenhower had troops marching into schools to segregate them. The Republicans are the ones that ended slavery. Everybody knew it. They looked at demographics with Hispanics and blacks voting Republican. My grandfather got elected to office in Texas, part of the Republican wave in the late 50s. And they said, all right, we're going to go give free stuff to the minorities. We'll use our race politics on them, not poor whites. They'd used poor whites before to control things because there are more poor whites in the country than are rich whites. And so you can't say the Republicans were for the upper middle class and rich people. But they still didn't like slavery. And so the issue was they converted to pure race politics. And now they've opened the borders. They're going to bring another 100 million illegals in, above the 30 million. That's the public plan. Enough visas to empty 3 Latin American countries into the U.S., Nicaragua, El Salvador, and Guatemala. The entire populations under Obama would move here. They will get their free welfare, and they will vote to enslave everybody. And it will be racially based under Raza, under race, and the Democratic Party will rule again. Once more, the Sith will rule the galaxy. And this is so racially based that the Nicaraguan president says Netanyahu is possessed by the devil. And I'm not saying Netanyahu doesn't do bad stuff. I'm not in that fight. The issue is it's purely racially based. All over Latin America, support the Palestinians. I saw a demonstration this weekend, folks with Mexican flags and Palestinian flags downtown. It was on the news. There's that, you know, you got a mustache, you've got brown skin like me. You know, I have solidarity with you. And of course, it worked with poor whites in the Klan. The Democrats know what they're doing. Poor people, folks coming from poverty, they get race. They get you look like me. Okay? They get Raza. I want to have a Raza of liberty, freedom, justice, family, right to self-defense, men are men, women are women, freedom. That's the only thing that will save us is a culture of liberty, a culture of quality, a culture of entrepreneurship, which is very strong in Latin America. That's why the globalists don't want it to go that way. They want the bad side of it to go that way. The race-based, you know, people kill each other in football games in Brazil against the neighboring country. They'll throw hand grenades on the field. They'll kill each other over that. Humans are the same everywhere. But they've hyped all this Raza stuff up. They've made it kosher. They've had the Spanish media sell La Infosora, La Reconquista as the major radio stations and TV stations, and it's now happening. And the Democratic Party is planning race war and the eventual breakup of the country under the NAU, and the Republican leadership is working with them. So I wanted to play Representative Mo Brooks of Alabama, a Republican, on Monday accused Democrats of engaging in a war on whites in the current immigration debate. I'm going to play the clip where he went over this. But first off, this is the only way to stop the Democrats is calling them out for what they're doing. Yeah, it sounds radical to say there's a war on whites. There is. But it's not even against whites so much as it's politically getting people hyped up to say, you don't make a lot of money because of white people. Or you fell on that banana peel because of white people. When the obesity and the diabetes and the cancer and the autism's hitting all of us. When most people are intermarrying. My God, half the kids I see in Austin are a white guy with a Hispanic wife or a Hispanic, man with a white. I mean, give me a break, folks. People are getting along. The system is trying to invoke division. So we're all fighting with each other while the globalists rule over us. That's divide and conquer. But it's true that there is a war on whites. You know, white men can't jump, blah, blah, blah. It's in all the culture. Just a constant assault on that. And it's being done for a reason, because then, well, Obama supposedly is part African. I don't really see it. Looks more like he's from the Caribbean, maybe 10% African. And then lots of black folks I talked to, and I was in the Caribbean, they're like, Obama, he isn't black. But I mean, the whole issue here is that it's about, see, you can't criticize that. It must be good. It's a change. He's black. Well, see, next it'll be a woman. Oh, we've got Hillary. Don't criticize her. You hate women. No, I hate tyrants. I hate gun grabbers. But see, it'll now be, why don't you like women? And I'll have to sit here and explain to women who are like, no, we're winning. We're coming up in the world. A woman's president. Give me a break. I'd vote for a woman in half a second if it was a female Ron Paul. A black female Ron Paul. And she could have 3 arms. I'm serious. I mean, in a wheelchair. It's about what's in the brain. But they don't want that. They want it to be about racially based stuff. So let's go ahead and go to this clip from the congressman.
On this issue, let's talk about what the quote lamestream media is saying about this. Ron Fournier, who's been on the show many times, from the National Journal, was on Fox News Sunday, Congressman Brooks, saying this.
The fastest growing voting bloc in this country thinks the Republican Party hates them. This party, your party, cannot be the party of the future beyond November if you're seen as the party of white people.
Your reaction?
Well, this is a part of the war on whites that's being launched by the Democratic Party. And the way in which they're launching this war is by claiming that whites hate everybody else. It's a part of the strategy that Barack Obama implemented in 2008, continued in 2012, where he divides us all on race, on sex, greed, envy, class warfare, all those kinds of things. Well, that's not true, okay? And if you look at the polling data, every demographic group in America agrees with the rule of law, enforcing and securing our borders, and every one of them understands that illegal immigration hurts every single demographic group. It doesn't make any difference if you're a white American, a black American, a Hispanic American, an Asian American, or if you're a woman or a man. Every single demographic group is hurt by falling wages and lost jobs. And
exactly,
so
that's enough. Full clip. I want to try to get him on if we can, guys. Full clips up on Infowars.com and DrudgeReport.com. Let's retweet that. Because I know the article we have doesn't even have the full audio. Maybe get that added because you guys found it to an Infowars story. We'll tweet it out at Real Alex Jones. Ross Perot in 1994 in those debates with that I've re-aired here from CNN, clips of. We got to re-air that again. I aired it a few years ago. Ross Perot in his debate with Al Gore was not talking about Hispanics. But they kept bringing up, why don't you like Mexico? Why don't you like the Mexicans? Why don't you want them to have NAFTA and GATT? And he explained, he said, NAFTA and GATT will lower their wages in the end. He said, let me explain this to you, Larry. And of course, he was proven right. But Al Gore was playing race card again. NAFTA and GATT has undercut everything to China. For a few years, it was better for Mexico. That's how it works. Canada opening up their border to the U.S. was good for the U.S. for a few years, then hurt us. It's a giant sucking sound. It's a mathematical equation that drives down the wages and wrecks the quality of society. You build up Mexico, and then jobs will want to go there because it's been built up. You don't lower its standards, and then that's going to raise ours. It lowers everybody. Just like they were going to pass 5 years ago the global tax on carbon, but then the true text of the Copenhagen Treaty got leaked, and it said double the taxes, or right at double, on the third world under carbon. The globalists have been screwing the third world over and over again. They're the ones that want our guns. They're the ones that want open borders. They're the ones that say daddy's bad. They're the ones that say private property's bad. They're the ones that say raise taxes because they're exempt. Look at this, CNBC. All Tennessee employment growth since 2000 has gone to immigrants, yet natives accounted for 60% of population growth. Native Americans, Hispanic, black, white. If you're born here, you're getting hammered by this. Because the illegals operate in self-exclusionary guilds. They only operate with themselves in most cases. And they're not stupid. They shop with each other. They operate tribally. Nobody else does. I say operate tribally. I'll pull over and buy roadside food from obvious illegals selling watermelons or whatever. I did it this weekend.